All right, so as bad as I felt yesterday, Joan and Sam.
Yeah.
It cannot be close to how bad Aftyn Behn feels this morning. I'm so confused by this story. Good morning, folks.
I hear you.
Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
That's assuming she has feelings.
Donald Trump expected to sign the Epstein Files bill today, and the Senate yesterday, of course, and the House of Representatives. Everyone has now signed off on that, so that'll be part of our coverage this morning. So I'm a little confused about what happened last night. Aftyn Behn, right, running for the 7th. Aftyn Behn has an appearance with Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is in town for her book to be published as part of her publicity tour. So Kamala Harris, I guess, either shows up to an Aftyn Behn event or Aftyn Behn shows up to a Kamala Harris event. I'm not sure which one it is, but here's what's confusing, is that Behn goes up on stage, and I can't find the audio of it anywhere, but Behn goes up on stage, greets the audience, and then says that she's got to leave before the vice president arrives.
Isn't that just so bizarre?
I'm so confused. Like, something had to have happened where Aftyn Behn or Kamala Harris, somebody didn't want to be on stage with somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, right? That has to be what happened. And so here's what's crazy, too. So Kamala Harris needs some video. Kamala Harris is...
Don't let anyone ever take your power or your voice from you.
You realize she's like using a bullhorn?
Well, you know, there's so many people there.
Don't you have one right behind you?
It is still here, actually. But I don't understand. So are you telling me that the appearance of Kamala Harris drew so few people that instead of a gigantic audio system with microphones and speakers, she pulls out a bullhorn? So I don't know, and she's surrounded by a bunch of folks. It looks like maybe in a park. I have no idea. The talking points, by the way, are very familiar.
You tell people what you want. You don't let anybody tell you who you are. You tell them who you are.
You know, that the microphone or the bullhorn is like giving that feedback. You know what I mean? Half these people are probably, Democrats from the state legislature or, people that work within Kamala Harris's campaign, which I'm assuming she's going to run for president again, whatever, her inner circle.
And that includes at election time. This election is 14 days from today. Today's Tuesday.
Yeah. She's got that whole thing going on with the head. Now, you people watching on Super Talk TV, you see the Kamala head nod whole thing? When she kind of feels like she's got it going on, that whole thing. You know what the funny thing is? If you watch this or if you listen to it, she is at her most confident when she realizes that she is actually correct about the day of the week.
It's 14 days from today. Today's Tuesday. Yeah. It's 2 weeks from now. That's right.
People are, yes, Kamala, it's Tuesday.
And I've been in elected office long enough to know that when people start deciding who am I going to listen to, and I'm going to speak truth right here. This is real talk.
Real talk.
I mean, Joan, how about if every time I make a point, I'm going to say, this is real talk right here. Yeah. And this is the truth. And I do the Kamala head nod.
No, this is Super Talk.
It is Super Talk. It could be real talk, too, if I wanted to call it real talk. At least in the 5 o'clock hour, when I know that nobody within management listens. Joan, we could play like Spanish salsa music in the 5 o'clock hour. They wouldn't know for 2 weeks. Joan's like, shut up, Mandis. Don't give him any ideas.
Yeah, right. Two groups of people. Who's writing the checks and who's voting?
She's got that whole slur thing going on where she sounds like she's been drinking.
Middle of the afternoon.
I mean, you know what I'm talking about, though, Joan?
Yeah.
Where she starts on this. Turn this up a little bit.
Real talk. They're going to look at two groups of people. Who's writing the checks and who's voting?
I mean, she sounds like she's at the end of the bar, right?
Two groups of people.
She sounds like she's at the end of a bar.
Yeah.
And she's just, you know who she sounds like, Joan? Cliff Clavin
Oh, yeah.
Right? Cliff Clavin from
Cheers.
From Cheers. You know, the drunk at the end of the bar just spouting off, you know, about whatever and droning on, and people start laughing. Oh, God. Is she ever going to shut up?
So let's make sure that they understand we vote. That's right. And they need to come here. And they need to listen.
So the funny thing,
And
though,
they need to
is that
interact.
as she's doing this, not once did she actually endorse Aftyn Behn.
You demand that is you show
She's
because
on a
you know what?
bullhorn
I vote.
in a park
And if you don't respond to
right
my
there
needs,
in a tent
I'm
that
not
says
voting for you.
TNDP, Tennessee Democratic Party. And she comes in and she does not endorse Aftyn Behn. So here's my question. So do you think we can keep listening, you know, the whole Kamala head nod thing. She never endorses Aftyn Behn. So do you think this was an accident? Do you think that they're going to come back with a sorry, we forgot to endorse Aftyn Behn, so we're going to endorse her now? Or do you think this was an oversight, a slap in the face of Aftyn Behn? What is it?
So the Nashville Banner is reporting that they called Aftyn Behn after this, and they asked her if there was any political reason why she didn't stay at the Harris event, and that Harris didn't endorse her by name. And Behn said, "Our campaign didn't organize the event." That's all she said.
So that is like campaign malpractice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have the former vice president of the United States, and somebody who, astonishingly enough, is very popular within the Democrat Party.
You're right. It's astonishing.
Stupidity apparently is.
Listen, what are the tenets of Democrats and progressivism? Dumb. So, and this is what I would say a great example, where it looks worse for Aftyn Behn that she shows up and then announces that she has another place to go 5 minutes before the vice president comes onto the stage.
The Tennessee Star gave it the headline, Kamala Harris stops short of endorsing Aftyn Behn.
You know what? So if you're keeping score, Jasmine Crockett could not be bothered to fly into Nashville. She did the event from her shoe closet. And then you have now some weird dynamic going on between the vice president and Aftyn Behn. I think there's something weird going on. I think something bizarre has happened where you've got Aftyn Behn is not jiving with the Democrats. That has to be the only thing that I can imagine. Or internal polling could be so abysmal that they don't want to tie Kamala Harris to Aftyn Behn.
But I couldn't imagine why. She's just as progressive and just as liberal. So
That's the only thing I can think of, though.
To your point, there may be some insider baseball that we're missing out on that is what's kept a endorsement from formally coming out.
Now, I think if you are a Democrat, if you're a progressive, does it matter if Kamala Harris has endorsed your candidate or not? I think it looks really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, Joan, you're smart at politics. What do you think? Is it bad or good? Is it bad or good? I want a yes or no from Sam, and I want a yes or no from Joan. And I'm going to do it coming up after the traffic. Is it positive or negative for Aftyn Behn that Kamala Harris did not endorse her?
I think it's an absolute negative especially when you couple it with Jasmine Crockett not appearing in person.
From the shoe closet.
Yeah, from the shoe closet. I mean, honestly, it's the Democratic Party doing an arm's distance. Yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah.
We'll say your name, but
Sure.
we're not going to go all in on you.
Apparently, at
to
the
Aftyn Behn.
next Aftyn Behn event, Gavin Newsom is going to call in and then hang up while Aftyn Behn is in the parking lot. I heard that somewhere. Could very well be the case. Sam, what do you think? Positive or negative that Aftyn Behn did not get an endorsement from Kamala Harris?
I think overwhelmingly negative because, first of all, when people want to talk females in politics, if you're going to decry that there's misogyny and it's male dominated, then support your own.
Where's the sisterhood?
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, right.
No pants are being shared there. So to take that off the board, they have the same kind of platform and everything.
Yeah.
They must know something we don't to withhold that, because I really think when it comes to Democrats, the only risk you take endorsing somebody is how Swalwell endorsed that New Hampshire state rep who was charged with child pornography and exploitation over the summer. That's really their line of where they withhold endorsements.
Okay, so then that goes with anything going on in traffic?
There's a couple of crashes, one at Old Hickory Boulevard at Hearthstone Lane, and an injury crash at Spence Lane and Murfreesboro Pike.
So here's what I think. I think something may be about to hit with Aftyn Behn. There's a reason why Jasmine Crockett wouldn't fly here, and there is a reason why Kamala Harris didn't want to appear with Aftyn Behn. Something is brewing. Either a massive loss, which means that they don't want any of that stink from Kamala Harris, some of that big loss stink to be on Kamala Harris if she decides to run again. It's like, oh, look, Kamala Harris supported Aftyn Behn and she got her butt handed to her. Or something is about to pop with Aftyn Behn that we don't know. And Kamala Harris didn't want anything to do with it.
I think
what kind of thing are you thinking?
Oh, I don't know, Joan. What are you thinking? There's been certain, and I'm not going to say because
are there rumors?
There's rumors
of
hijinks and shenanigans. I don't want to. I don't want to. No. Listen, and I'm serious. I've heard rumblings from the state legislature as far as things that have happened there, but I can't repeat it on the radio because I have not confirmed. Matter of fact, I tried to confirm some of these allegations, and nobody could confirm it. So I'm not talking about it.
Or anyone didn't, really want to confirm it.
Or they didn't want to confirm it. That's exactly right. But either way, I'm not going to go off half-cocked saying stuff that I don't have confirmation on. So, something's weird about this. That's all I'm saying.
Have you seen any of her social media ads or anything like that? So they are absolutely contentless.
We were joking about that Monday.
Yeah,
where it was like feed children, fix roads, and what? Lower taxes, whatever. Whatever.
But if you just look at the way she's campaigned on social media and some of these, there's no content to it whatsoever. She just says that we have to stop Matt Van Epps and his billionaire tax cuts. I don't think she actually has a platform at the end of the day. I don't think she has. People clowned on Trump during the debate for the concepts of a plan remark. I don't even think she has concepts. I think she has loose potential ideas that are scattered about like marbles inside of Kamala Harris's brain.
I think they knew that this is an incredibly safe, the 7th Congressional District. It is incredibly safe. Cooks, whatever it is, I forget what the name of they do polling and such. And they say that this district is like, I think, plus 10, plus 15, something like that. So whatever. I just think that one way or another, there's something going on. And Kamala Harris's people did not want to appear with Aftyn Behn. That is my take on it. Joan, I don't think I'm too far off. You good with that?
I am way good with that.
Okay.
I think it...
So now inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah.
Why is it that Kamala Harris refused to appear with Aftyn Behn or give an endorsement? It's the endorsement thing? Our president has endorsed Matt Van Epps.
Right. Wholeheartedly, full-throatedly endorsed.
Which, by the way, I think Matt Van Epps is supposed to be in studio today.
Oh, nice.
But with all of I'm backed up 15 interviews because I was out yesterday and I had some scheduled and then I had some scheduled for today. So I'll ask him about that because, Trump, as you said, full endorsement of Matt Van Epps. And Kamala Harris, nothing. I think that says a lot about Aftyn Behn.
WPLN, which I believe is the NPR affiliate in town, has got Van Epps leading by 8 points.
All right. There you go. in early voting, no less.
Yeah.
So, Kamala Harris, do you think, Joan, because you're really smart politically, at some point, do you think they're going to actually get her some media training? Because this whole thing where she talks like this, and she does she hasn't learned anything.
She
hasn't. Just playing the audio of
to talk with all the leaders who are here. And there are people you will never meet.
And she's just same message, same pattern of
activism,
speaking.
Because of what you will do over the next 2 weeks as a marker.
It's funny. She says, what you do in the next 2 weeks will be a marker. Okay, well, but you're not telling them who to vote for, Kamala. That's the thing. This whole point of her talking was to get people to come out for the 7th, and she never endorsed the candidate. You see how that works? Head of the Democrat Party comes in, attends a get out the vote rally, telling people to come out and vote in a couple weeks or vote early, and then she doesn't mention the candidate.
Would you just love to be
it's just
like
so
on that
strange.
phone call when Kamala Harris's people say, "Oh no, we're not appearing on stage with her."
Something's
No
up,
way.
man. Something's up. Joan.
Yeah.
We're talking about, maybe what kind of charges that these two guys that were caught going to the
Yeah.
bathroom on Tim Burchett's property. And
Somebody texted in about that on the super text line 2377 says that if you read the rest of the article, the two men were charged with a misdemeanor. Get it, a misdemeanor? Okay. Dan, a misdemeanor?
No, I love it. I'm just letting it marinate.
Yeah.
Because one of two things. I thought, okay.
So were they, apparently.
Okay, I can either steal dude's really bad but really good joke, or I can let Joan say it. And I thought it would be more entertaining to have Joan say it.
I said wiener.
Then you... Wait, hold on. Do it again.
No, I
Do
can't.
it again, Joan. I stepped on it.
Nope.
I'll clip it.
Yeah, but I talked over when Joan said...
I said wiener.
There you go.
Perfect.
Thank you,
now
Joan.
you've got your little...
They're lucky that they're not walking away a couple phallic felons.
Somebody also texted and said, 4345 says, urinating in public gets you arrested and put on the sex offender registry for life.
So
in Tennessee, yes. Yes, it does.
Oh my
that is
gosh.
insanity.
Yep.
Okay, now, and far be it from me, I'm not like standing up for groomers or pedophiles, but if you're in like 18 or over and you are at a party and they catch you going to the bathroom in a public park where there could have been kids, yeah, your life is destroyed.
It has happened to delivery drivers who have been out in rural routes.
Yeah.
And you got to go.
And it makes no sense. It makes zero sense. And I do understand. I'm not advocating for people to just,
This isn't San Francisco.
Right. But at the same time, if you're out on a rural route or if you're an over 18 and you're at a party, you guys are drinking in the park, on a Saturday night or something, and then you get caught going to the bathroom, you're on the sex offender list for life. I mean, that means that there's only certain places you can live. Mm-hmm. If you're looking for a job, I'm assuming that shows up on a background check. Oh, and there have been people that have come out and said, can we just, nobody wants to support pedophiles and groomers, obviously, but this is a little extreme because good people get caught up in this and then their lives are ruined.
Yeah.
Or you're a dumb teenager. A friend of mine grabbed a girl's butt in a grocery store. 15 years on the sex offender registry for that. He was 17.
Goodness.
She was 15. So, like, it was it inappropriate? Yeah. Should he have been on, a criminal charge with maybe some short jail time or probation? Sure. For 15 years, though, you're taking the best part of his life away, and it's going to be impossible to be employed.
Yeah, that's crazy and sad.
Which is, it was understandable. I think it was like 15 years ago that the Colorado Supreme Court was trying to rule certain things were unconstitutional about it.
Well, at this point, somebody who spends 15 years on the sex offender registry for something like that, I just seems a little insane. And we see these kind of things all the time. And there are groups and organizations, they are sticking up for, obviously, the victims of sexual assault. There are some people that are saying, listen, we do need some sanity. We've gone way too over to the other side. Let's use some common sense as well, instead of just throwing people out and throwing their lives away if they make a mistake early on. And that is, I think, what that is. Now, did you guys notice what happened during the press conference with Donald Trump and the head of Saudi Arabia?
I have been I'm watching it on repeat.
Okay. If you're watching on Super Talk TV, you will see Donald Trump walking up to Elon Musk and a little tap on it looks like the left arm. And it's like a playful kind of a tap where he just, hey, Elon, how are you, buddy? It's good to see you. As Elon Musk is there in Washington, D.C., in the White House. And I think that's great. It looks like the Donald Trump and the First Buddy, I guess they're back together again. And you know what? Dare I say, Joan? Reunited. And it feels so good.
It feels so good.
It feels so good.
Yeah.
And not in a weird, creepy way.
First Buddy is amazing.
Well, when you think about how Elon Musk openly called and said that Donald Trump was on the Epstein, in the Epstein files.
Yeah.
And by the way, he wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the whole thing. Elon Musk didn't say anything that was not true, but they didn't prove anything. I mean, it was Elon Musk emailing about Donald Trump. So I love to see that Elon is back in the White House. I think it's great. Now, the question is, for how long, in what capacity, and is he just hanging out there, with Donald Trump as, a show of support? But I think it's great. Now, we could sure use his money in 2026 and 2028. That is most definite. So we'll have to see if this is the beginning of yet another fruitful relationship. One of the things...
That's not the part I was watching on loop.
What were you watching on loop? What did I miss?
You missed it.
What? Tell me.
Totally missed it then. President Trump calling out ABC Mary Bruce.
Oh, I've got that.
Okay.
Oh, I've got that.
That's my favorite part.
Is that your favorite part?
Yeah. That woman is she is led by every thought, every action that she takes is led by every report that she does, is led by her hatred for Donald Trump. And he called her out.
Boy, he sure did. Let's see here. I'm looking for, do you have the audio handy on your end?
I can find it.
Yeah, like I've got, I know that Jake Tapper wasn't happy.
Oh, he wasn't?
No, Jake Tapper. And a lot of this, so if you don't know, Donald Trump meeting with the leader of Saudi Arabia. And there's the explosion that we hear every morning at this time. And they seem to be getting closer and closer.
Doesn't it seem that? It seems
does.
like you can really feel it in your feet now. This building's going to come down.
Wow. Thank you, Joan. Good morning.
Sorry.
So Mohammed bin Salman, MBS, as they like to call him, Donald Trump was meeting with him. Everybody knows, and I'm going to go into a deeper dive on this in the 6 o'clock hour, but this was Donald Trump and Jamal Khashoggi. The conversation was about Jamal Khashoggi and how Mohammed bin Salman, the head of the royal family out there in Saudi Arabia, was said to have been the one to take a hit out on Jamal Khashoggi. What did I say? Why are you laughing so hard? What did I say?
I found the Trump Mary Bruce audio.
Oh, did you play it real
Isn't
quick?
It just great?
Oh my gosh! So she asked him about the Epstein files.
This was her her very first question. It may have been the very first question of the entire press briefing.
He's given us a new soundbite as the president.
Go ahead.
It's not the question that I mind. It's your attitude. I think you are a terrible reporter. It's the way you ask these questions. You start off with a man who's highly respected, asking him a horrible, insubordinate, and just a terrible question. And you could even ask that same exact question nicely. You're all psyched, or somebody psychs you over at ABC. They're going to psych it. You're a terrible person and a terrible reporter.
Wow.
As far as the Epstein files I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. I threw him out of my club many years ago because I thought he was a sick pervert. but I guess I turned out to be right. But you know who does have? Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, who ran Harvard, was with him every single night, every single weekend. They lived together. They went to his island many times. I never did. Andrew Weissman, I hear. All these guys were friends of his. You don't even talk about those people. You just keep going on the Epstein files. And what the Epstein is a Democrat hoax to try and get me not to be able to talk about the $21 trillion that I talked about today. It's a hoax. Now, I just got a little report, and I put it in my pocket, of all the money that he's given to Democrats. He gave me none, zero, no money to me.
Yep.
But he gave money to Democrats. And people are wise to your hoax. And ABC's is your company, your crappy company, is one of the perpetrators. And I'll tell you something. I think the license should be taken away from ABC because your news is so fake and it's so wrong. And we have a great commissioner, the chairman, who should look at that, because I think when you come in and when you're 97% negative to Trump, and then Trump wins the election in a landslide, that means obviously your news is not credible, and you're not credible as a reporter. So I've answered your question. You should go and look at the Democrats who received money from Epstein, who spent their time. Larry Summers was with him all the time. That creep.
So is that it? He's fading out. All right.
It's pretty. It's just a proper roasting.
And it was a long roasting too. The question that she asked that sparked his anger. Are you ready for that part?
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
Is it appropriate, Mr. President, for your family to be doing business in Saudi Arabia while you're president? Is that a conflict of interest? And Your Royal Highness, the U.S. intelligence concluded that you orchestrated the brutal murder of a journalist. 9/11 families are furious that you are here in the Oval Office. Why should Americans trust you? And the same to you, Mr. President.
Now, who are you with?
I'm with ABC News, sir.
You're with who?
ABC News, sir.
Fake news. ABC fake news. One of the worst in the business.
She did seem to be a little juiced up over asking the question, right? You could tell she was like amped up. She was ready to go.
Yes.
That Mary Bruce.
But
Is she the one you said you don't like?
Yes, because everything about her being is I hate Donald Trump, and I'm going to spin every story to be about him.
Well,
every story.
Yeah, and I don't want to blow all my talking in the six.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's good though. So just real quick, Bill Clinton, Chuck Schumer, Hillary Clinton, John Kerry, Stacey Plaskett, Bart Gordon, who apparently was a Tennessee congressman, a Democrat, back in around 2006. Those are all Democrats that Jeffrey Epstein gave to. Also, as I know you know this, Joan, Hakeem Jeffries is known to have been, this is what came out in the news yesterday, Hakeem Jeffries has now been accused of sending a letter asking Epstein for campaign donations.
Yep. Rising star in Congress.
The Brooklyn Obama, I believe, is what they call
Barack.
him. The Brooklyn Barack, yes,
which
is what
hilarious.
Yeah, and so you've got, and this was after we found out that Jeffrey Epstein was, a groomer, a pedo, all of the above.
Yeah, and that's the point. It was afterwards, and Hakeem Jeffries is out there, hands out, like, "Oh, give me some."
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But the one thing she said to him that bugged me the most, she said in that, and it goes by fast, so you kind of miss it. She says to the Crown Prince, U.S. intelligence concluded that you orchestrated the brutal murder of a journalist. 9/11 families are furious that you're here in the Oval Office. President Trump says, "Who are you with?" Why? Then she says, "Why should Americans trust you?" And the same to you, President Trump. Why should Americans trust you?
Wow, I didn't catch that last part.
I know. Because he's talking over her at that point.
Right.
She's just evil. And, personally, I would really rather her have the same vim and vigor for things like finding what really happened to Charlie Kirk. Mm-hmm. Get to the bottom of that. She has no interest in that. She has no interest in the things that matter to people.
Well, the Joe Biden auto pen scandal and
there's
Burisma.
There's so many. Well, here's the deal. we're all right on this. And number two is it's in the way that she asked the question. Donald Trump is absolutely right. It's in the way that you're asking the question. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with aggressive question asking. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's like when it feels more like a personal attack against her. Now, legit question about Mohammed bin Salman and the killing of Jamal Khashoggi. We're going to talk about that coming up in the 6 o'clock hour. Done a number of different interviews on the murder of Khashoggi. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about why it is that the Democrats are so up in arms over Donald Trump taking a meeting in the White House with Mohammed bin Salman. So we're going to talk about that.